Hello, good afternoon. It is our June Vitality Exchange Forum, and we're excited to welcome Jacqueline Kane today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my presentation here. Um, okay, as you all know, this is the part that stresses me out. So, okay, so welcome to the community. We have finished over 2.5 years of being together with everybody on the third Wednesday of every month. We meet here on Zoom and we share different perspectives on the health and wellness community. We bring together traditional practitioners and practitioners of different backgrounds, hoping to broaden everybody's horizons on how we can treat the whole patient. So, um, you've all registered. Here we are. We're on Facebook. That is something that we have been working very hard to build up, and we need your help doing that. So join our Facebook community. Feel free to use it to share about exciting things you have going on, interact with other people. You'll find the recording of this posted in our Facebook group, and we will keep sharing on there. And this goes back to why attend, kind of what I said before. We are building the gateway for a collaborative community of bringing together all different types of healers and health and wellness. So we will start with the welcome and introductions. We will have our featured speaker tonight, and then we usually do some breakout sessions at the end of it. So I am Lauren Magel. I am one of the co-founders of the Vitality Exchange, along with Michelle Hamilton. I am helping others to live their best life every single day in lots of different ways. I believe in community, and so a big focus of what I do is building community in different outlets and different ways of doing that. I was a teacher in my previous life, and I found hemp and CBD, and I have been sharing that with others for the last 5 years. And it is a big, big piece of what I believe in healing and feeling better every day. And this is my other lovely co-founder, Michelle. She is not here today, but her story is that she was inspired by caring for her parents. And through that journey of learning and figuring out as she was in it, she learned a tremendous amount. That is actually how she and I originally had connected, because she was a few years ahead of my parents' journey, and she was a solid help for me when I was figuring it out with my parents. So as you can see on the bottom, Advanced Wellness MD, she's a consultant, speaker, and a certified nutrimetrics consultant. So without further ado, we will go ahead and introduce today's speaker, Jacqueline Kane. I could read this introduction to you, but I am just going to go ahead and turn it over to her. I've had the pleasure of working with her, knowing her for a few years and hearing her speak before, as well as being treated by her. And I can say, I'm excited to hear what you have to share today because I know the value in what she brings to healing. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. No, you can share your screen.
Yep, you can just stop share.
Yep. Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
And now we're going to turn it over to you. So thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Lauren and Michelle, for having me here today. I'm really excited to share and be with all of you. And so I am Jacqueline Kane, and I am a master energy healer and low back pain specialist, helping people heal chronic low back pain, clear money blocks, and really unlock abundance. For the over 40 years, I've been helping people get to the root cause of their physical pain, emotional pain, and their financial pain. And today I'm going to show you something most people never hear from their doctor, their chiropractor, or their therapist. Your pain and your money are connected. Your body and your bank account talk to each other. And when you heal one, the other shifts. I truly never planned on um, having anything to do with really clearing money blocks. But this is something that I've noticed that shows up when clients start doing the work. Let me see if we can. Okay. So my work is deeply personal, and I've lived through pain, exhaustion, and depression, and the feeling of being stuck in my own body. And I've watched clients suffer from for decades, trying everything, PT, injections, chiropractic medications. And today, my mission is to help people get their lives back, be in their bodies, in their energy, and in their abundance. And this here is my why. So this is my family. This is my husband, my son Andrew on the left. He's an accountant in state of Connecticut. My son in the middle, Patrick, his wife Shay. He's a golf first assistant living in Texas. And these are my beautiful grandbabies. Um, for those grandparents out there, it's just absolutely the best. I think this is why we have children, is to receive the grandchildren. And that's my little guy in front of where my son works as a golf assistant. For those golfers out there, you may know Scotty Scheffler, and that's his bag. He's also a member at this course. Um, my son, he walks around with these members who are millionaires, a different environment that I ever grew up in, that my whole family ever grew up in. So it's a different environment that he's growing up in. And I'm fortunate that now my grandchildren get to experience that. And there's our cats, Fitz and Ike. We just lost our orange guy a couple weeks ago, which is for all you animal lovers. We all know how hard that is. So this is a little bit of my journey. My journey began in the 1980s as a radiologic technologist. I spent decades studying the physical body, the bones, the joints, injuries, degeneration. And then I became a licensed massage therapist in 2000. And that's what really jump-started my learning in something more than medicine ever taught me. And it taught me that pain isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's energetic, it's ancestral. And my own breaking point, chronic pain and exhaustion and depression, pushed me to explore deeper healing. And that's when I discovered EFT tapping, which I'd love to take people through this afternoon. Um, I learned Bowen work, Bowen therapy, energy clearing, and the nervous system repair and somatic release. And that's when everything changed. And today I'm the creator of my ATM method, Abundance Transformation Method, and the Heal Your Back and Triple Your Income framework. Wouldn't you all love to become your own ATM machine? Right? And what I've discovered during all this is that the biggest piece that's missing in our healthcare system is energy. Traditional medicine treats the symptoms, energy work treats the root. The truth is, traditional medicine doesn't go deep enough. It only works on the physical symptoms. So, what I discovered is this pain money cycle where physical pain creates stress, stress blocks abundance, and blocked abundance creates more pain. And the cycle keeps feeding itself until the root is cleared. Unresolved trauma is actually stored in your body as pain, and it gets passed down through generations. So healing requires going deeper than the physical symptom. And that's where energy clearing can change everything. EFT tapping, somatic release, and nervous system repair clear the root causes, not just the symptoms. You get real results, not temporary relief. And the mind body money connection, your nervous system controls your capacity to earn, receive, and heal. And when your body is regulated, abundance flows naturally. And when your body is free from pain, you are free to receive all that is meant for you. So, after working with so many clients, I've been able to create what I call my Happy Low Back program. And so, for those of you who have been suffering from chronic low back pain, neck pain, shoulder, and sciatic, and you've tried everything and you're still in pain, this offers instant pain relief through Bowen work, targeting the neck, shoulder, back, and other parts of the body. We release deep emotional and ancestral pain patterns that actually get stored and again passed down through the family, which releases and repairs your nervous system, not just temporary fixes, but for long lasting results. And it eliminates fatigue, insomnia, and indigestion that accompany chronic pain. Clients who have been in pain for 20, 30 years have been able to release their physical pain. And my beautiful friend Robin left a testimonial that she used to wake up thinking, what's going to hurt today? And then she realized that nothing was hurting. So from there, I then discovered my ATM, Abundance Transformation Method program, where we identify hidden emotional and ancestral patterns. We clear the blocks through tapping, energy work, and somatic release. We repair the nervous system and expand into more ease, flow, and abundance. This is not just mindset work. This is cellular transformation. Clients are able then to triple their income, attract opportunities, and heal pain that's been stored for decades. So if I can just share some results. So my client Glenn, who is in mortgage, he's in the mortgage industry. He only came to me because his doctor told him that he has to stop playing golf. And so he was desperate to find something else. So he came to me with chronic low back pain, feeling really frustrated, told he shouldn't play golf. And at that point, he was earning bringing in $1 million a month. Remember, he's in mortgage, so they deal with big money. And after a few weeks of going through the program, he was out of pain, went back to see his doctor, and his doctor said, you can go play golf again, which was great. Not only was he out of pain and able to go play golf, but he said that he was looking at a $4 million a month. So basically, he had went from attracting $1 million to $4 million after some of the work that we had done together. And I can tell you that he's even beyond that right now. My client Jennifer came in with 20 years of low back pain. And after going through the program, her pain is gone and has not returned. She also was able to get out of debt. She had stated that she had $20,000 to $30,000 in debt that she's been able to pay off. And there's just more stories like that. Again, I was never going in with the assumption that clients were going to be able to triple or quadruple their income, but that's definitely what's happening. And so if this all resonates with you and you want to go deeper, there is a QR code. I do have a free discovery call where I'll help you get to the root cause of your physical pain and emotional pain and financial pain and figure out what's best for you. So you can definitely use that QR code. And there's all my information of how to get in touch with me. But also, I would love to do a process. So, Lauren, if you're okay with doing a process, I'd love to. And I know we're talking about physical pain and finances and money, but I have a fun process to go over just to figure out what's blocking your money, your earning, and your abundance. So if it's okay, are you okay doing this? So if you want to like come unmute,
Okay.
um, and so if you have paper and pen, do you have paper and pen in front of you?
Yep.
And so we're about halfway through this year. So if you want to write down on your paper, what's the amount of money that you would like to say that you earned this year? Say it's December 31, 2026, and you're going over everything and you're looking at your income. So write down the amount of money that you would like to earn and receive this year. And then I want you to cross that out and double it.
Okay.
And then cross that number out and double it. And what just happened? How do you feel about that number?
Shocked.
Okay.
Um, because in
And
my head, I'll say the first one was a little not as it was a realistic, but I was, so
we all put a lower number down usually, right?
yeah.
And then you double that. And what happened?
I thought, oh wow, this is going to be a big goal. I'm not sure that that can happen.
Uh-huh.
And then
And then
again, so I'm a little in like questioning like how could that happen?
maybe how hard will I have to work to earn that?
Get there. Like, I know we were just having a conversation about, working and putting hours in and feeling that. So how do you how would that even what would that even look like for me feeling already fairly stretched? How does that happen?
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly, and a little bit of, I don't know, for some reason the word anxiety is coming through. Was there any anxiety when you saw the bigger number?
Overwhelm, I was going to say, like
Overwhelm.
overwhelm,
Yep.
like kind of like how could that even possibly be? Because I trace it back to energy put in, this is what would come from it, but overwhelm feeling like how much energy that would need to be, hours and energy and time and that piece of it. So I don't think I've gotten to the anxiety piece yet. I think at the moment it's just overwhelm.
Overwhelm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so this is actually what's stopping you from getting to the next level subconsciously, right? We're not always thinking about that. But subconsciously, we want to see why aren't you where you want to be? And this just showed you a little of, oh, it would take too much work. I'd be working all the time. I did this for my BNI group, and the guy who sells cars was like, that's impossible. I'd have to like sell 7 cars a day or something like that. And I was like, okay, but what if a family came in and they bought three? What if a couple families came in and bought three? Right? So sometimes we're thinking of, oh my God, I have to work so hard instead of thinking, how could that happen easier so that I'm not working that hard? And what if um, what if a whole family or the right opportunity showed up of people who are interested in the products that you sell? right? Instead of just one to one,
One.
right? We don't think enough of that. And no, I don't want anybody working harder because trust me, we already work way too hard in the States, way too hard, 24/7. And that's the problem. Most of us have been raised by parents who taught us that you have to work 24/7 to get ahead. When in reality, that's the old way of thinking. And they had to back then. There was a lot on their plate, a lot more than, I mean, we have so many things today to help us. We have washing machines, dishwashers, right? There's not as many things that we have to worry about these days. But that programming is still stuck inside of us. And our nervous system is still wired to believe we have to work 24/7 to earn that. Um, so, one step that I use to help people shift this, and sometimes even just by doing 10 minutes of tapping or a few minutes of tapping, can shift what shows up. So, have you ever done EFT or emotional freedom technique?
I have, yes. Yes.
So for those of you out there, I believe it's a very powerful mind-body tool to help open up the energetic blocks inside of us, preventing us from attracting our ideal life. I would say the majority, like 95% of people, we focus on what we don't have. We focus on what we have to keep doing day in and day out just to maintain survival mode. We don't even get to enjoy our desired life or really focus on just nourishing ourselves with downtime and self-care and all these other things to replenish. Especially so many moms out there are running their life on depletion. So tapping is a really great way to release all of that emotional baggage that we carry and then start focusing on what do you want to bring more of into your life? Pleasure and downtime and relaxation. And yeah, abundance just flowing in without us having to constantly make sure the checking book is up to date, making sure that I logged everything, making sure I didn't miss something, right? So, for those of you who are new to tapping and those of you who have done tapping, you can use your own points. Um, you could just tap on one acupressure point and
Hmm.
that alone will help you make shifts, especially if you're driving. It's nice to just tap on one. But otherwise, for those of us who want more, it's the top of the head. And again, you can do this without saying anything. So the top of the head, the inside of the eye, and the outside of the eye, and then under the eye, under the nose, that's where you want one pressure point, and under the lip and the indentation, again, one finger for that, and then collarbone. So I'm going to say things that just feel right. If you're watching and things don't resonate, then just you can change the words. So we're just going to go right through the points. That's impossible if you want to make that much money.
To make that much money.
I'd be working all the time.
I'd be working all the time.
I can already see that I'm working too much.
I can already see that I'm working too much.
And I don't get paid for all that time
And I don't get paid for all that time
because my business is my own.
because my business is my own.
And I am every part of that, every department in that business.
And I am every department in that business.
That means I'm already working 24/7.
That means I'm already working 24/7.
So, Jack, it's impossible
So it's impossible
to double this amount
to double this amount
and then quadruple it.
and then quadruple it.
That's nuts.
That's nuts.
It's not going to happen for me.
It's not going to happen for me.
It's too big of a goal.
It's too big of a goal.
And I can see now
And I can see now
that maybe that's holding me back.
that maybe that's what's holding me back.
all this overwhelm in my subconscious.
all this overwhelm in my subconscious.
So I'm ready starting today
So I'm ready, starting today,
to release all of this emotional baggage
to release all of this baggage
and all of this overwhelm
and all of this overwhelm
and these limitations
and these limitations
from every cell of my being
from every cell of my being
so that I can receive more
so that I can receive more
with ease, flow, and abundance,
with ease, flow, and abundance,
so that I can have more ease in growing my business
so that I can have more ease in growing my business
and attracting all the right people, places, and events
and attracting all the right people, places, and events
to help me live my life,
to help me live my life,
to live my life's purpose.
to live my life's purpose.
And all of that starts right now.
And all of that starts right now.
So we can stop tapping, just close your eyes and just tune into your body and just notice what you sense. And take a few breaths and really visualize that amount of money in your bank account. And imagine what it would feel to attract that. And what did you notice? What did you sense?
Well, one, I don't even think that that's something that I would normally even think about or consider. So,
What?
in
What is
reality, what's
what
that?
is something you wouldn't, you
Even
know?
that was a possibility,
Okay.
like making more than I do normally. Uh,
Mm.
I think it's just like I just accept it for what it is. So there's like a little bit of excitement about it, like the
Yeah.
potential of that. And then the potential of thinking that by just letting go of blocks that I have inside could maybe let that just flow abundantly or freely. That's kind of exciting too, right? Because I mean, we all do kind of compartmentalize ourselves into, because there's a part of me that thinks, oh, I'm doing enough already. So this must just be how it is.
Yeah.
But
This is all I can
this is
receive.
all,
Yeah.
yes, I'm working hard and I'm doing it. But even how you said, just thinking about the possibilities of how that could multiply, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be more. So that's kind of, so there's a little bit of excitement about it. Um, but I always feel like tapping for me also brings just a calmness to it because you start with a thought and you follow it through. And
Mhm.
so there's this completion to it. And it's so that overwhelm piece, it's calming of that, right? So you're still having the same thought that was 5 minutes ago was overwhelming, but you kind of complete the cycle,
Yeah.
which is very satisfying to me. Just so it's also calming in that way.
Hmm.
Um, but with an excitement, a potential excitement piece of it. So it gets you excited and motivated, but also kind of like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah. So great. You just went from overwhelmed to excitement to tripling your income, right?
Ready to get out there.
That's great. So you've shifted something energetically inside you, your vibration, your frequency, to now start attracting that, which is great.
Right? Yeah.
And imagine if everybody did that. Everybody in the holistic field did
Yeah.
that.
Or I also think, imagine you personally did that consistently, right? Because I'm sitting here with you right now and but then just think like, what if I retold myself that story tomorrow and the next day and the next day? Um,
And it builds,
the
and there's a ripple
potential, yeah,
effect.
the ripple effect of that piece of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the ripple effect is super important because um so when I started, I became what's called a tapping into wealth coach with Margaret Lynch. Um, and so when I started doing the work, I realized I was making the same amount of money every year, no matter how much marketing or networking I did. And it was really frustrating. And then when I started helping my son to clear his, because all this ancestral stuff that gets passed down, I want easy for my kids. I want my kids to create the life they want easier and faster than I ever did. So when I started working with my son, and I said, by the way, what number are you stuck at? What number are you at? I didn't say stuck at. I said, what number are you at? He was at the same number I was at.
Oh, wow.
And that broadened my eyes to even more. So there's something called ancestral energy, and that energy
Hmm.
gets passed down from one generation to the next. And it's
Hmm.
the unresolved emotional issues of your ancestors. So if they have health issues, that gets passed down. You know, the families that say, well, everyone in our family has low back issues, or everybody has heart issues, or everybody has stomach issues. It just keeps getting passed down. Or it will impact your money, your wealth. So um, maybe there was bankruptcy in the family. That gets passed down. Or money was stolen. That gets passed down. You know how the stories and families sometimes itself generation after generation. This is the energy that gets passed down. And so seeing that in my son, I don't know which one of my parents was at that number, probably my father. Um, and I'm happy to say that we've moved past that number and we've tripled our income. But it's just really interesting to see that's where it comes from. So the people who are trying so hard to get ahead and they can't, it's because this energy is stuck inside of them and it's super, super strong. And so when we clear that, then people are able to get out of pain, make more money, attract the better relationships, and
Hmm.
basically no longer attract the people who are takers or just drain your energy. Basically, that's the ripple effect that life will get better. Um, so yeah,
Oh, I like that. And I'm even thinking in relationships too, right? Like if there's two of you, and
yeah,
then you bring that both of those ancestral stories to that
mhm,
relationship, and then yeah,
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 yeah.
wow. Oh,
So there's a lot. There's a
I'm
lot in the
sure that
world of,
is just the tip of the iceberg for sure, and what all this could turn into, and be a part, the whole process of that. You just explained it, but it's just the tip of the iceberg when you really get into the work.
it's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I think the other group of people that I attract, and I was one too, a people pleaser, right? Like we disown ourselves and we put everybody else's needs before our own. That stops happening. It just stops because you really learn to value yourself and put yourself first and to say no, which actually is a yes for yourself.
Yes, for yourself. Somebody told me that once, and it kind of saying no, you make space for the things that you want to say yes to
Yeah,
also, right?
yeah,
So it's a yes for yourself. So that was definitely a game-changing quote or thought someone
yeah.
said to me about a year ago, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, super important.
Uh,
So, yeah,
do you have any closing remarks you want to share with us, or is that a good stopping point for you?
I just think for the people who are seekers and are tired of taking in information and learning new things and really want to change their lives, just reach out and let's have a conversation and see what you need to do to get out of pain, live healthy, and really earn more as
Or-
much as you want to earn.
And what a great combination of things to happen, right? Get out of pain, because I think most of us accept that that's just how the future will be. If it's something that you've lived with for 20 years, you just learn how to live with it.
Yeah,
And I think abundance of wealth can be the same thing. I think a lot of people just accept where they're at and say, well, I'm working hard and I'm doing it, so this must just be where
yeah,
I am. And
exactly.
so you kind of, those things live side by side, and it's not to say that that's a bad position to be in, but to think that you could live pain-free and in an abundance of wealth, that's a pretty amazing future for that to happen. So
Yeah, that's my wish for everybody.
that is a good wish. That is a good wish. So that is a good place to end this. So what we'll do is we will take this recording, and if you're on our email list, it'll be emailed to you, and then we will also post it in the Facebook group. So if you're watching this and you have questions, you can put your questions in the chat there, and we'll make sure that Jacqueline sees them and gets them, and she can answer them. And I'll go ahead and put in that in the caption all your contact info as well. Um, so on that note, we are going to say happy summer because we are taking July and August off. And then we'll come back in September with Christine Mola. And I know that will be another fabulous gathering. It's September 16th. So we will have lots of info coming out before that. But wishing everybody a happy and healthy summer. Go enjoy some sunshine and vitamin D. And we will see you in September. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jacqueline. That was
Thank
fabulous. I will be reaching out to you.
you.
Thank you. There we go.